Hi, I'm Karla Schafer, Auntie's Beads designer, and today we're going to learn spiral rope. Let's go over the list of supplies that we'll need for this project. I'm using a 4mm Swarovski bicone. You'll need 70 to 80 pieces depending upon your wrist size. You will also need at least a tube of 8/0 seed beads, a toggle clasp of your choice, and a number 10 beading needle. And I'm using fire line and crystal, and you will also need a pair of nipper tools to cut the fire line. To start, we're going to add a stop bead to our thread. So we're just going to pick up a seed bead and we're going to run it down our thread, and we're going to leave ourselves about 6-7 inches or so. And what we're going to do is run the needle back through the bead that we just strung, and this is what we call a stop bead. So our work can come down to this bead and it's not going to come off the string. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add our core color beads. A lot of times in the spiral rope you'll use two different colors of seed beads, and the core will be a color and the outside spiral will be a different color. But in this case, since I'm using crystal, I'm just going to use one core bead color, and then we're going to use the core bead color and the crystals together. But first of all, we need to add 4 core beads to the thread. And then we're going to add what would be our outside bead plus a crystal and an outside bead. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back through all 4 of the core beads that we added. Not the stop bead, but the 4 beads. And we're going to run the needle back up through them, and then we're going to pull it tight. And what's going to happen is that the side beads are going to 3 beads here are going to be on the side, and as we work, this pattern will kind of reveal itself. It'll start to spiral around the core. So next what we do is we add 1 core bead, 1 color outside color bead, which in this case is the same, plus a crystal. Bring it down, and we're going to count back 4 beads again. Run our needle up through the 4th bead, hopefully if you keep your work together. And run the needle back up and pull it, and you just kind of want to move it over. And you're going to pick up 1 core bead, 1 side bead with the crystal, and another side bead. Bring them down. Count back 1, 2, 3, 4 core beads. Don't count the bead right under the crystal. And then tighten it. You can just keep moving them over. You can start to see how they're starting to wind around. So pick up 1 of the core beads, side bead, very repetitive until you get the length that you want, but it's very easy. You just keep doing the same pattern over and over. I taught my 16-year-old niece how to do this, and she makes these all the time. It's a really easy project, and it looks a lot harder than it is. You can start to see how it's starting to spiral around. And you just continue on until you reach the length of the bracelet that you would like. I pulled off about, actually I pulled off a little less than a yard. Depending on how comfortable you are working with this line, you can pull off a yard or just pull off a workable amount, maybe 2 feet. And then I will show you how to tie it off in the middle of your work and tie on a new string. That way if you're not comfortable working with the long string, then I'll show you how to tie in a new thread. You see it's starting to come around. I'll do this for a few more, and then you'll need to pause and finish yours, and then I'll come back and show you how to tie on a new thread.